thinking about having a really good nap. But like I say, I just can't get over how pretty this leopard is. And look at those yawn. There you go, you can see those extra canines now. And you're getting your big teeth, boy. You are starting to get quite big. You need those big teeth now, so it's time to drop out those milk teeth. Isn't he spectacular? And what I have noticed is just the size of his paws as well. So he's got his one paw that's kind of sticking out of the bush at the moment, and it actually doesn't look like his at all. So if you just go down to his feet, you'll see how big it is. It's really quite massive. I mean, look at that. It looks like a paw for an adult male leopard. It does not look like a paw for a cub. Absolutely massive. I think he's going to be a really big boy when he eventually grows into these paws and ears. He's going to be quite a specimen, that's for sure. And it's often the case with Thandi's cubs. She's always had these males that have massive ears, big paws, and they become really incredible specimens later. Unfortunately, Wabayiza, who was her first male cub, he didn't survive until a big adult. He was unfortunately killed by the Styx Pride, but I was fortunate enough to watch him for the first 2 years of his life, and he really was an impressive male by the time he kind of left Thandi and was on his own. He was a big boy, so I think Thamba is going to be no different. He's also going to really sort of stake a claim at some point, and wherever he ends up, I'm sure the ladies are going to be very impressed with him. But I just love how he's got such a curious nature as well. Ooh. So, Lauren, this is an interesting question actually, and I'm not sure what would happen. But Lauren, you're asking what would happen if Thamba, Shongile, and Hosana ran into one another without the mothers. Well, I would probably find that I feel like Shongile and Hosana and this little one are all quite curious characters. So maybe they would kind of watch each other, but I think they would all be nervous. They all know that another leopard is a threat, so I think they would watch from a distance, but they would be quite intrigued at the presence of this other leopard. Now, Shongile was last seen last night, not even 500 meters from where we are now. So she could potentially be somewhere close by here. We don't know. And it would be interesting to see what would happen if she did run into Thamba. I suspect that they would probably run opposite directions just because they are still nervous. They know that they're much smaller animals and that there's territorial animals out here that they've got to be careful of. So I'd imagine they would spot another leopard and probably be very shy and slink off into the bush. But you never know. Hassan, he seems to just not care at all about other leopards. I've seen him a few times.